You started your journey in different parts of one island, the island of Khalid. This is a vast open island with its own government separate from the rest of the Averant realm. The whole theme of it is a very Asian style. Different villages, clans, a magical wandering greens of a forest, mining town, big huge city, legends of many different things, as this is one of the oldest continents of the realm. Each of you individually had your own starting point. Some of you decided to mosey around, some of you decided to do a more personal task. All in all, no one really truly crossed each other's path until the end. Other than all of you kind of finding out something in common, that a most common thing that's happening in the area right now is children being abducted. But all of you have really learned different information about it. Some of you have learned that they go disappearing in the Wandering Greens. Some of them find out that they went and go playing somewhere and then they weren't found again. Just different pieces of information. Two of you near the end finally cross each other's path. When one of you was trying to sober up your companion, a fellow soldier, while being kind of stalked / watched by a smaller elf, as the first thing that she sees when she's about to meet you is you just slitting his throat while he's basically swallowing up nothing but booze and water.
Pretty much.
It is very grotesque as he's spitting up different fluids as he's still choking before you even cut him. And he dies a very gruesome death. As you turn around and you see that you're being watched by a giggly little green elf.
I go, whoa!
And that's where we left it off. So we are going to go from there, starting off with our two characters. And we'll move on from there. So why don't you two start it off where you left off after the death.
Been around with my battle axe. Who's there?
Oh, hi!
Who are you?
Oh, who are you?
You friend or foe of the order?
Oh, what's the order?
Are you?
What do you mean? I'm me.
Unlike anything I have seen so far.
Well, yeah. There's I don't look like humans. Yeah, that's the word.
So you're not from around here, I take it.
No. Mm-mm. Do you have pointy ears?
I do, and I kind of...
No.
a little bit.
No. See? I have pointy ears too. Can you make them wiggle?
I guess if I really wanted to, but I don't.
Oh. Well, why not?
Why
Fun
should
things
I?
happen when you make when you make your ears wiggle.
I don't have time for fun.
Oh. You don't have time for fun?
Oh.
Oh.
The state of the world?
All of a sudden I get really sad, and all of a sudden I turn blue, completely blue, and then there's snow falling around me.
It's like, whoa! Hey, I kind of lower my axe just a little bit, and I'm very intrigued. And what'd you just do?
Well, you said you didn't have any time for fun. That makes me sad.
You making it snow?
Yeah.
How?
This is something I do.
You don't have any idea who the order is.
No. And I Like I slightly changed my color, but not fully back to the green. But it was like, but you said you don't like to have fun, or you don't have time for fun. How can you not have time for fun? Fun is always, you gotta have fun. Life, life without fun is not, it's just boring.
My life hasn't been much fun.
Oh.
I don't have time for frivolous things like that. There are other more important matters that need my attention.
Like what?
You said you don't know what the order is. Do you know anyone around here?
I know the dragon.
Dragon?
Yeah, the one that lives on the top of the bluff.
I've only seen him fly by. You know him personally?
Oh yeah, he's fun. We play games.
What sort of creature are you?
Creature? Oh, that's a new word. Creature. Creature.
Don't know
Creature.
humans. You don't know the state of this island. You know the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Have you lived here long?
Maybe like a year and a half. Ish.
And I
Yeah.
take it you don't get out much.
Oh, no, I've been in all kinds of places in this realm.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what a human is.
Well, you guys all look the well. Human. I was told by a dragon that there was different kinds of you, which I don't know what that means. But you have pointy ears, so you must be. Are you? You can't be from here then. If you have pointy ears.
I'm from here. I'm only half human, half elf.
You're an elf?
Partly.
Oh, and then I start talking in Elvish to you. So you were from here, and did you come from here, and did you go here, and did you go here, and
I'm like, whoa, whoa!
and-
I put a hand on her head and just like, is there a stop button?
When I get excited, I turn like back to the green and everything kind of stuff.
I sheathe my axe, thinking this creature is a very weird, happy creature. I don't think I'm in danger.
Wait,
I'm gonna.
do you not know what I'm saying?
Hey, I understand you, but you're a very fast talker. So most people don't go around asking all these questions and telling me their whole life story. I'm gotta say, I'm not used to this.
Are you speaking in Common or in Elvish?
English.
Can you say that again? Your dialect is kind of strange.
I would say the same for you as well. Where did you live before here?
Well, where all of us come from.
I came from here, this world. I've never heard your dialect before.
So you're from this realm?
You're not?
No. Mm-mm.
You come from the Feywilds.
Uh-huh.
I've never met anybody from there.
Well, hi, I'm Mixus.
I hold out my hand and say, "It's nice to meet you, Mixus. I'm Fierna."
Fiona. Ooh, that's a pretty name.
Thank you.
Is that what all humans look like inside?
Yes. You see this uniform I'm wearing? Uniform he's wearing.
Uh-huh.
Typically not good people. You should stay away from them.
Oh, wait. Were you part of a group that Hmm. 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 So I followed some people, humans. Well, they looked all funny and silly looking, but I followed them around when they went to different places, and they were talking about people in uniforms. But they were all boring. They kept talking and just be boring. All they did was meetings and meetings. Nobody wanted to have fun. There was a little green one that was kind of fun. That one was fun. But gave me sweets and everything. But the rest of them were boring. And they went around to different places.
We're all over.
Oh,
And I'd suggest if you want to keep having fun, you stay away from people in this uniform.
well, then why are you
Not the
wearing it?
kindest. I've had no choice. This is the life that was taken from me, and this is the life I must live, and now I'm gonna turn it back and look at my comrade. Now they pay for it.
I turned blue again. So someone made you wear the uniform?
The human realm is not kind.
Oh.
Which I'm hoping you don't find out the same way I did how unbelievably unkind it can be.
I've seen some people, stab others. A couple of them. They also think it's funny when well, okay, I guess it's not funny, but they drink something. Like, it's kind of like that guy when he drinks something and gets all funny talking and everything. Yeah.
They do. Which is a useful tactic, or it could be some people call as fun.
They're easy to find things from them then.
Yeah.
When they're all like, ooh, silly talking, they don't check their pockets very often then.
I don't. I'll tell you what. I don't. Continue to have your fun, and if you see anybody else in this uniform, let me know.
Okay. You were saying, well, I'm sorry, I was overhearing you. You were saying about children?
There are missing children out there, and I'm hoping to find them. I thought the Order would have taken them, done it before.
Ooh.
I
I
don't
saw
think
some
it
of
was
them.
us.
I saw
Where?
some of them in the Wandering Greens, but I showed them way out.
Will you show me the place that you saw them at?
Sure. But we're gonna have to walk. The dragon dropped me, so we're gonna have to walk for a while then.
I don't mind walking if you can show me where you last saw them.
Sure. Why not? It's fun in the wild. Well, and the Wandering Greens is fun. Except lately it's been kind of hard. It's been kind of strange. The magic is a little weird. The dragon's had some troubles making me in my path, but he figures it out.
Well, I don't use too much magic. Just know very basic, so it's not something I usually think of too much.
I
You can
noticed
lead me there.
Oh yeah, no, I can show you. But where are we gonna do it? Are you gonna have an adventure? We gonna go on an adventure? That's gonna be fun. Ah!
Shh, shh. If we go on an adventure, we need to stay quiet. We don't want to ruin your fun. We don't want people to know that you're here. Let's play a game of hide and seek.
Oh, that's easy. I'm really good at that. I'm really good at that. Most humans don't actually see me ever.
Good. Let's keep it that way. And show
Like
me
you
where
didn't
they
see me.
Didn't?
So you're not human. Or are you human?
Art human.
I guess I don't understand what the difference.
It's not something a lot of people kindly on. You're half of something else.
Why?
So we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Oh. Sorry,
Dingle,
my
dingle,
dog
dingle.
just came in. into the
And
room.
suddenly she was
Someone's walking their dogs. Stay quiet.
Sorry, Draco
And
just
sleigh
came
bells
running
just
in here.
appeared.
I'd assume we'd go over to the Feywild or start making our way there.
to the
You mean you're going
Wandering
to go
Greens.
to the Wandering Greens?
The Wandering Greens, yes.
Okay.
And I just start skipping along. Do 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 do.
Due to
Like
walking
following
speed,
5 feet away.
walking speed, it will take you a decent amount of time to get there. If you don't make any stops, it's going to take you about a good 2 hours to get there
Okay.
via walking speed. But you trek on. I'll also say at this time, I gotta remember where we left off. Time-wise, last time, it is night. So right now, the time of the year, you got really only light from a quarter moon. There has been not like terrible weather in the ocean, but it's enough to kind of keep the skies cloudy. So the light that you're resorting to is light that is man-made. Torches, pillars with candlelight on them, making it where, you know, you might want to. There's not too much threat of theft around here, but you know that when it gets dark out, keep your possessions close in case if someone tries to jump you. But it'll take you a couple hours. We will switch over to Helga. You complete some tasks of making your way back and forth from Wandering Greens. You're able to complete a task that most of your brethren and ancestors have not completed, making your way up a floor. Seems like a simple task, but realistically it's not. And you make your way over to the villages. What would you like to do?
So I'm going back to the western villages then?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And can you just describe what the levels are again, just because for refresher's sake?
So in the Wandering Greens, because of the magic that manipulates people, it doesn't allow like 90% of travelers to go upwards. It will constantly confuse people. Half those travelers of that 90%, it for some reason disproves and it infinitely traps them in a loop.
Right.
Any of the 90% in general, if they ever want to try to climb the mountain, which is the Mount Everest of this kind of realm, it will constantly present you challenges that kind of make it where, yeah, it doesn't look too high to climb this, but it will stop you from doing it.
Right.
Somehow you were able to complete the task of at least going up one floor. That's still one floor of like 100.
Yeah,
But,
it's like going up. It's like walking up a down escalator.
Right. Like, your father, your mother, their fathers, their mothers, they've never completed this task. It might not be something to, have people bow and pray to you, but in your heart of hearts, this is kind of like, people talk about that someone one day will be able to make it at the top, and that person will be awarded chieftain of your clan.
Silly.
Well, first of all, she's gonna do some kind of like marking in the ground, maybe like her clan symbol or something, kind of like a Helga was here representation.
Okay.
And then how much has the forest changed since I've been up here?
So you spent some time in there because originally you started off and then you found blood. You tried to find it, try to track it, and the forest kind of stopped you. You lost track of it. You've probably spent about 6 hours in the forest, and then coming back out, you have kind of lost. You haven't lost your footing, but you would if you don't backtrack back home.
Okay.
You're able to figure out how to get back to the western villages, or at least the way out from where you came. But if you decided to say, well, I'm going to take advantage of opportunity and move on forward and see what else this forest has for me, there's a good chance that the forest will find you greedy and will
Right.
start imposing your path.
Okay, well, like I said, for now she's gonna mark, like where her stopping point was, to almost as like to prove that like she's been here before, she can do it, that it is possible. Nothing to like scar the landscape because she doesn't want to aggravate the forest in any way. But like, I mean, maybe like a special like painted rock or something that like, some signifying marker that she would be able to point out like that she can do it. And then she comes up with a plan to enact in the following morning because she doesn't want to get caught up and stuck in the forest. But just before, as she leaves, she wants to like, are there any animals in this forest aside from the big dragon that keeps scooting around?
There are a lot of mythological beasts in here, but they either purposely try to keep themselves hidden, or they are predators that are rarely found by your kind.
Okay.
The ones that you're familiar with are basic wolves, deer, elk, smaller creatures, snakes, kind of what you'd find in a normal forest.
Okay.
The most dangerous creature that your clan has had to deal with in this forest, but of much stronger creatures, is there is a common threat with displacer beasts.
Nice.
They only come out at night. You do know that they don't usually come on the side that you're on. You are on the west side of the Wonder Greens. They usually appear in the north side pointing towards the mines. And that side of the Wonder Greens constantly has a problem with haunting, as having more creatures that kind of veer more towards the negative side of arcane energy, spit up with more dark demonic presence. And the Wandering Greens is kind of a balance of energy. The southern side of it really dwells in a lot of light. Many people can go there, and most likely, as long as no one's interfering with the magic, you'll be safe. You go on the north side, you're going in for some trouble, as it does delve into hell magic.
Got it. So like I said, she's gonna go start heading back towards their settlement. And then I don't know if it would help at all, but part of her background is that she can recall like general layouts, so she's gonna try general layouts of terrain and stuff like that. So she's gonna really, really try to like, she knows that the forest is probably gonna change, but she wants to try and find something that's like consistent about it. So hopefully when she comes back in the morning, she can kind of start where she left off.
Okay. You can give me a survival check. It's gonna be high DC.
Okay. Why not? Man, both sessions I have been the first roll.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Hold up dice.
Oh, that's a 9.
9. I mean, you're marking things, but
Respectfully marking things.
like you're putting certain things, like you're trying not to actually like scratch marks in the trees, but you're just like putting things around.
Yeah.
And then you're like pretty content, and then you'll get like 100 feet further, and you'll look back, and you'll notice the markings that you put down have been changed so much that you like run back and you can't find the marking that you made.
Shit. Forest. Well, she's gonna keep on trying anyways because she's too stubborn to quit, so...
I'll say on your way out, you can give me one more survival check. Whether that succeeds or not, you'd be out of the forest by the end of it.
That's cacked. That's an 8.
Okay, so
Love it.
again, you're heading out and you're thinking, you're going slower this time, and you're maybe coloring certain rocks, or you're specifically leaving certain patterns in the dirt underneath the leaves, and you'll come back and you look back at them and you're like, maybe, as you like lift up a leaf, and the dirt itself is actually remolded. The rocks themselves somehow disappeared in a pile, as if it's like a needle in a haystack. And you have lost your place, and you constantly keep an eye out for the exit. And at this point, yeah, the force is working against you. You know not to push the force too hard. It's kind of like gently telling you, no, I don't want you to memorize my path. You push me too hard, now we're gonna have a problem. So if you want to keep this going, if you want to come back in here with all peace, I advise that you leave and then come back another day and try it again.
Well, she's not one to tangle with beings above her station, so she is going to just respectfully exit the forest and try again another day.
Oh, I'll also say, give me a history check.
Okay.
How smart are you?
Not as smart as Corbin. You can start there. That's
Also,
6.
I was just gonna totally say that if I was in the forest, I'd be moving your rocks.
Oh, I 100% expect you to.
What'd you get?
6.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're on your way out, you're kind of pondering yourself a simple fact that many commoners just believe that the Wandering Greens is just an enchanted forest. You've been told a tale of something else, but the tale isn't really coming back to you.
Okay.
But as you do remember a tale from your childhood that's been passed down from generation to generation of your family that talks about something of the forest, but you can't remember what it is.
Okay, so it's like a folk tale type.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you live in a tribe, a folktale would actually be a actual words to live by, other than just a tale to fall asleep to. Anything that you would in a clan at this time would follow as far as a prayer, other than just a good night tale. So whatever you would have been told, this would be something that your kind truly believes in, not just like, oh, I made up this story, now I can have the kids go to sleep.
Got it.
But you exit out of the Wandering Greens as you head into what is you pass by what is a smaller village on your way to the Western Villages, which is essentially the Western Villages are here. You cross to here first, as this is a unnamed village that you pass through a lot of times. It's kind of like think of it as a small like way station. If people feel like they get lost in the Wandering Greens, the exit you took out is the most common way that the Wandering Greens allow people to exit, if it provides them an exit. And since people know this small little group of people that camp out there provide aid to anybody who requires it, in case if they've been trapped in too long and they need water, or they need supplies or food or nourishment. And it's kind of like a one-day inn. You pay a small amount of coin or a service fee rendered in case if your goods have been stolen inside the Wandering Greens, and they provide food and shelter for 24 hours.
Cool. Well, she's still clothed, and she's got her axe and her gauntlet. She's doesn't need to
you're familiar with them as like one of them. You see a human druid, pretty tall. He's about like 6 feet in height, shaved head, wears a lot of beaded jewelry. Very, very friendly guy, as many of these people are. Rough going in there, Helga? Did you find anything new?
Found some blood that seemed to have been
like a creature's blood. Did you get a kill?
No. Like, this was, if I remember correctly, on a tree, and it looked like it was being dragged somewhere. So it looks like somebody else got a kill. or something.
Hmm. I mean,
You know, them beasts, them displacers up north.
sure. I mean, it's possible. I mean, we also tracked in, what was it again? I think it was about 5. I think 5 hunters came in here a couple days ago. We haven't seen them exit. I mean, it's possible they could have gone through a different side, but there were a total of 5 different hunters going in. I believe they actually picked up a job to hunt down some creature. We provided them, allowed them to come back this way if they chose to, but it could be possible that they might have grabbed the beast and it maybe took it to their camp.
Well, if they're stupid enough to stay in the forest at night.
I mean, you got the right enchantment. I mean, the forest won't harm you, but we haven't seen. I mean, I haven't seen anything more powerful than a weak, and that was towards Vincent. And I mean, you know him. He's the most powerful lord in the area. I mean,
Yeah.
if he can't do it, you know, no one else can in the area.
Right.
Well, you know, if you don't need anything, as they start aiding someone who looks like they've been kind of malnourished, I'm gonna take care of this. But you have a good evening, and you know, come on by if you ever need anything.
Of course, I'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
What is that person's name? Since Helga would know who they are, but I don't. So
Their name is Caleb.
Caleb. Okay. And she's just gonna like bow her head, like I said, her clan is more of a matriarchy, so she doesn't have as high of respect for him, but she also realizes that what he does is important, and if she were to need help, she doesn't want to be on his bad side. So
Sure.
she just kind of like bows her head slightly, and then just, you know, acts over the shoulder, just very nonchalant. Just
He does his usual bow, since he's very a devoted. You know that he's a devoted follower of a god that doesn't really grab your attention as far as the name, and you always kind of forget it due to the lingo of the name. But he does a very specific bow he does every time, where he kind of rolls his hand from his head down his neck to his chest. As he's consistently rolling, he's lowering his body to you, and then he raises his head up and then gestures his beads, and that's kind of like his regular thing, along with his group. That is like their whole thing. They're kind of like a you know, they're kind of cultish in a way, but not in like, I don't know how to put this, but like not in a bad way. They're just very, very involved in their own religion, and it's a religion that most people are not familiar with, but they don't really like impose it on anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Well, her current chieftain, matriarch of their settlement is an owl woman, so she kind of just puts her hands together like this and just bows respectfully, and like I said, very nonchalant, just heads back to the camp that they have.
So you head back over to the village. Different things are going on. It's late at night. Your village is very popular for being the beachfront party area as far as late night, you know, times. Not like so much where like everybody's just getting toasted, but you know, there's always music playing. There's always music playing. There's always some kind of festivity, maybe kind of like a wall market kind of a thing going on. The local buzz. And at this point, by the time you get there, you kind of missed the most of it, but you're kind of hitting the back end of it. There is a group over at the local tavern that you're familiar with that is a couple females that have each has a flute, and they're both playing a very, very whistly kind of wind music that you've heard a couple times before. Is they're common around here, and they're currently playing music as people are drinking teas and very exotic wines, as it is kind of more of a relaxing festivity that is going on. As you come back, you smell the fresh herbs of the different tea leaves. As you know, that your village is common for actually growing specific different kind of herbs and grain that are kind of exclusive to your specific area of the actual island. So tea is very common on your side as far as a usage and a cost. So where would you go?
I'll tell you in 2 seconds after I write down notes.
Okay.
So she's gonna head, even though tea is common, she is a pursuer of the ales.
Okay.
So I guess she's gonna go find, a place where she can get ale, and then I'd imagine that there's some kind of like magical bonfire, some dancing or something going on. So she's just gonna keep on living life.
There
is
a more of like a relaxing outdoor like casual bar kind of style tavern, which is like it's more towards the top, towards the council chambers, where people that it's specifically for people that have kind of earned the right to be on the top floor, which you would have just due to your specific parentage. But they constantly have a fire every night, and people are able to get what you would all consider the finer things, their version of top shelf ale, top shelf wine, and would be essentially the headmaster's custom, what he would classify as his aged elixir, that you would know that is constantly quoted as puts hair on your chest.
Love it. Want it. I'd imagine that she's like well known enough where she can kind of like walk behind the bar and just kind of like set her axe in the corner, like just she doesn't want to carry it around while she's having a good time, but like she's gonna keep the gauntlet with her, but she doesn't want to carry. You can't dance and have a good time while you've got a battle axe. Like,
sure.
Oh,
and I mean, most people in this village, because of your kind, it's very uncommon for you to ever walk around without your weapon, even if it's as simple as a dagger. So most people at least have.
Oh yeah, she's got a dagger on her.
Yeah,
she's got a dagger. So
it's
like,
not
she's
uncommon
not
for a lot of the men to at least still have like a mace or a club with them of some kind. So people are dancing, making asses of themselves, drinking, and having a really good time. There is mead, ale available to you, as it is no cost, as this is just another night of patronage and the blessing of your village's god, as this is very common for your specific clan to party in the name of them, and then essentially party in their name, essentially.
Yep. This is their way of saying thanks for the great hunt of the day.
The great hunt, correct.
Yep. And also praising that the next day be just as successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what she's gonna be doing. I mean, she's gonna still, can she see the Wandering Greens from where she's at?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Wandering Greens are taller than the actual mountain itself, so no matter where you are in the village, or nowhere where you are on the island, you can still see the top of the Wandering Greens. From where you are, you can see probably, like, the top half.
Okay. Because, I mean, she's just gonna, kind of ignore the people that are making complete fools of themselves and kind of just be like absent-mindedly staring at the forest, like trying to figure it out, because she's too stubborn to quit.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, she's just gonna try and think of a game plan for the morning, and like how can she get more information and what can she learn. Again, kind of reestablish the territory that her clan has.
Okay, fair enough. To Xander.
Yes.
I believe you also left off in the Western Villages.
Yep.
You finished off doing your musical number. you would be about 2 floors beneath where Helga is.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, you've not
How-
met her. You have no reason to go there, but
Sure.
that's your location. So essentially, to put you guys in perspective, Helga, you are here.
Okay.
Xander, here.
Oh, not too far off.
Not too far.
Okay.
You finish off your musical number. What would you like to do afterwards?
What time of night is it roughly?
At this point, it is full quarter moon, so it'd be probably around 10. Not fully midnight yet, but things are starting to die down as far as the public soirees. But yeah, it's 10, give or take.
Okay. I would say, because you talk maybe. Yeah, think about this. Because you said the public was dying down.
Well, the like the music of the public area is dying down. Like there's still shops available. There's still ways to get a room at the inn. But this is kind of at the time where if people are still out, they probably are with a larger group.
Okay.
There's still things to do, but it's kind of like
Sure.
the last musical number would have. Think of it as like the people that are doing the music now are people who are like the more popular group. All the openers
Gotcha.
are done. Now this is kind of like where the main thing happens, and most of the businesses are not really doing much right now because they're kind of focused on the main soiree.
Sure. That's fine. I can go looking for information then. So maybe I'll go into another bar and see if there's like information about the missing children, like if there's like maybe like a bounty board or something like that.
Okay. You know that
Information board.
the only other 2 taverns that there are in the area is the second floor tavern, which you have to go up one more floor, and there's the private tavern, which is on the top floor. So if you want to go to the second floor tavern, you can. Which is called the Western Mead.
All right, let's go there.
You know, this one is kind of more of just kind of like a basic old hole in the wall. It actually is a kind of a door cut into the actual, very, very Hobbit style, where it's kind of like cut into the wall of the actual floor itself. Large wooden door. As you open it up, you see a few patrons in there. It's kind of dead at this point. Big long hallway room. Left side is the bar itself. You know, walk entrance right, cocktail tables, chairs. You see a half-orc bartender, male, has like 2 large gold nose rings, pretty large tusks, just kind of wiping down the countertop with a couple patrons. One of them is reading what looks like the local town like inquiry. Another one's kind of passed out on the bar table, and you got a couple of people talking over at one cocktail table.
Okay. I will go up to the bartender and say, I'll have one of your finest ale, good sir.
Oh, very good, very good. As he goes over, he pulls out a big, huge stein, puts it underneath one of the casks, twists it open, lets it overflow a little bit, takes one of the measuring sticks and just slides it right off as it gets the froth up for you, and just kind of slides it gently in front of you so it still stays balanced. That'll be 2 copper.
I give him the 2 copper. I say, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
How's your night going?
It's a little slow. I mean, you know, we're not very popular on the Moon's Eves. That's usually when the big, huge soirees happen. But I got some of my locals here, and obviously you, of course. Thank you. But it's slow. It's slow. How's your night?
It's going well. I just got done playing on the first floor, and I thought I'd do a little nighttime walk up here and see what was going on.
Oh, you're a musician. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you get any music around these parts?
Not really. I mean, occasionally we get a local a local patron that plays here once in a while. We got we haven't seen him in probably a week. He usually comes in once a month and plays some music, and it gets a little bit of hype. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Does he have? Do you recall a name by chance?
Oh God, it's been a while, and obviously the booze is flowing. It's hard to remember. But he's an elven chap. Short blonde hair, medium build. Usually has on a pretty well dressed vest and pants on. I can't really remember too much other details. But
well, that's all right.
I mean, I know his main trick is that he plays two instruments at the same time. He does a lute, and he does also drums at the same time. So it's kind of a unique talent.
Oh, excellent! I just play the lute, and
that's still amazing.
Little girls. Yes, absolutely. But I also have a little trick that I bring to the show, if you will.
Okay.
And I play just a few notes and summon like a cloud of fog, and there's more where that came from.
Oh, that's interesting to say the least. You kind of have your own, dramatic feel to it. It's quite something. I mean, I could see some people being entranced by it. Some people kind of, what's all this smoke and doing in such a closed area, but no one asks questions.
Yes.
I guess.
For sure. And it's not just smoke. I can do a lot of other things, but that all just adds to the excitement and the surprise of it all as well.
Okay.
Is there maybe tomorrow night or something like that where I could play here or outside?
Oh, yeah, I mean, we'd love that. He kind of like folds up his towel he puts over his shoulder, and he kind of goes over into one of the drawers, turns around and goes in one of the drawers. He goes into a couple paperwork and rips off a piece of parchment, takes a quill, starts writing down some information, folds it up, slides it over to you. I can't really offer you much, but if you come back here tomorrow at say dusk, we could find some space for you. But yeah, I mean, I can't offer you much, but yeah, you come back here. This will show you how much I can offer for your time. You can play as long as you want. And the only thing I also have on there that I ask is that you just you speak to our establishment owner first. He's kind of a stickler for he likes routine, and this would kind of break routine. So just make sure that you kind of just talk to him first.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I'd love to meet him.
Okay.
Sure. So since I'm playing for you and everything, and maybe we could make this a regular thing. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for some information.
Okay.
Have you heard anything about any of the missing children that it's been kind of heard in the news?
Unfortunately, I mean it's everywhere. I mean, at that time, not like the guys like listen in, but the guy who was looking at the current inquiry, it's like, yeah, who hasn't? I mean, it seems like every village around has at least a couple kids that have been abducted. And the bartender's like, hey, well, hang on, man. We don't know if they've been abducted. Kids around here, they get a little excited. Maybe they went to go play in the Wandering Greens and got lost. And maybe someone over at the other village decided to pick them up. He's just like, I get it. Everybody's talking about abductions, but unfortunately, this has been going on for a little while. It just could be some kids being kids. But yeah, sure. I mean, and he kind of like points behind him, and he shows off that there's three like missing kids posters of patrons who come here. One is a kid that also looks like a half orc, no relation to him, darker skin. Due to the age, he's got very, very small tusks. just like almost looks like he just naturally grows like a very short mohawk. Another one looks like a female elf, short blonde hair, and then another one that looks presumably human. It's hard to tell from the angle. Male, also dark skin. That is bald.
Okay.
He seems like. I mean, I'm not. May I ask why you're curious?
Well, it is in my good nature to find all those who are wandering or lost, to reconnect them, to help those that are in need. And I've been lost in my many travels, and even though I sing a good song and hum a good tune, I don't mind helping those that are lost out in the wild. So
mighty fine of you. That's mighty fine. You know,
yes.
I mean, I don't try to convince you to it, but if you go in there, I warn you that the one thing that everybody finds out is that it seems like they keep getting lost in the Wandering Greens, and you never want to go in there by yourself. You seem like you're at least new to this area. I don't know if you're new to the island, but the Wandering Greens is not a place to go in alone, and that's where the constant debate of if they're getting abducted, if they're just getting lost in the Wandering Green. It's quite honorable of you to be able to take this upon yourself, but I highly recommend that you find yourself some people to accompany you on your voyage in there.
Absolutely. Have you come across any guides that have been going in there, or any other parties?
I mean, we're familiar with plenty of people that make their way through the Wandering Greens at a constant time. We have hunters, we have clansmen that go through there as far as personal challenges and tasks. I mean, you can go to any one of the villages and they go in there for their own personal reasons. Some of them go in there to try to do more than what their father did. Some of them went in there to specifically hunt the bigger beast. You know, it's constantly a clan challenge, if you will, that they do. If you actually, I mean, you'll have to do, if you actually go up a floor, you can speak to the clan master. Maybe you can hire some help from them.
Okay.
They'll probably be your best bet, at least in this village, to at least get yourself a guide. I mean, anything short of that would be a little bit inconsequential to you, unless you decide to check out the other villages. But here, going to the top floor, that's going to be your best bet. But, you know, they're probably up there right now having their usual soiree.
Okay.
But if you make it up there, I just, you know, again, it's very honorable that you are, but take heed. It is not a, well, let me correct that. It can be a pleasant voyage. It's really up to what the forest treats you.
Absolutely. Gotta respect nature. And they'll respect you.
That could be it. No one's ever been able to figure out what the Wandering Greens is, and, you know, people have gone in there with the best of intentions and have lost. Some people have gone in there with the worst intentions and came out victorious. No one knows really what it wants, what it does, and why it does the things it do. But you go in there with a purpose, maybe that's good enough.
Absolutely. What was the clan master's name that I can
clan
speak to?
master is, let me pull it up. Where the hell did I put it?
Is it my clan master?
Well, it would be your clan master, yeah.
I mean, I just can tell him the name if
Sure,
that makes
yeah,
it easier, so you
yeah,
don't.
if you got it
have
on
to
you,
try
if
to
you
figure
have it
out.
on it, yeah, if you have it, go ahead.
It's Katori. Catori.
Katori.
Yeah, I would not have
Excellent.
found it.
We're all in this party together. So, all right, Katori, I will seek him out and see if we can go on this adventure and see if we can do some good, make some good in this world. I hope that the gods and those that aid us up there, maybe they'll give us some insight into all this madness.
Tell you what, you're doing pretty good here. Why don't you give me a persuasion check?
Oh boy! I don't know if I'm not the most persuasive person. We'll see how I'll do it. Oh, that sucked. That was 3.
He's still very impressed, but like, you know, that would have essentially sold him on your skill level, and he would have rewarded you with something for your travels. But that's
damn.
all right.
Okay.
But he's like, well, fine tidings to you, and
we'll see you at dusk.
See you at dusk. Pleasant
right.
tidings, and have a good night. And
Yes.
the gentleman sitting
Thank
at
you,
the
sir.
stool with the inquiry says, pleasant travels and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
So you head your way out.
Is there a temple along the way I could stop and admire and maybe pray to?
So the temple for the Western Village is actually on the top floor, which is the council room. So
All right.
you would actually have to go there to speak to the chieftain anyway, the clan chief.
Oh, right on. Okay. So I guess I'd make my way to the top floor and scout out where I could find an inn and such.
Okay. So as you were heading up, you do see a large bonfire. You see, whether it's new to you or an oddity, you see many different races, specifically drinking very thick mead and elixirs, and you see that they have carved open a specific animal that maybe you're not familiar with, but they're using the blood to like leave markings on their faces like remembrance, and they're dancing and they're having a good time. Whether it seems to you that it seems odd or crazy or immature or fascinating, either way, that's where it is. And you do find, other than the large building, you do find specifically one business that is an inn and another business that is specifically like it's like both a smithy and kind of like a general shop for the area. But you do find yourself an inn.
Okay. So I will go over. The fire kind of piques my interest. I'll go peek over there and see if I can find more about what they're doing.
Okay. So as you get closer, you start noticing, that they're... It looks like a regular party, but looking at everyone, they kind of have a similar kind of... Compared to everybody else, these ones all are warriors in plain sight. Each of them have some kind of marking on them or some kind of specific look to them that make them look like they've at least had their share of earning their right to call themselves who they are. Each of them are constantly, even if they're dancing or drinking, one hand has meat in it, the other one is holding a sword or an axe, and it looks like none of them will ever drop their weapon. They're all having a good time. Looks like each of them, every time they have a drink, they always pray to a specific god that they pray to. And it seems like they're just celebrating in the name of what they call the hunt.
The hunt. All right.
As you start to notice that it looks like the specific clan is a hunting clan, and they pray to a specific god that blesses them with, not specifically saying that you're going to kill your prey, but that you will have a safe return from your hunt. And that you at least will gain something. If you fail at killing the creature, at least you gain the knowledge of what to do next time to succeed.
Return from hunt. All right. So I will go up and try to maybe just admire kind of what they're doing. Doesn't necessarily have to be next to somebody, but just pull up. Maybe I got like a ale or something, or some drink in my hand, and just kind of admire, kind of understand what they're doing. Spend some time, and maybe eventually talking to, if there's like a lull, maybe try to talk to the leader or something and find out more about their culture.
So, Helga, do you have a specific mental image of what you want the chieftain to look like?
Yes, I sent you a picture. That was one of the like, hey, did you get my Facebook messages?
Oh, is that what the... Okay, so, alright, so... Gotcha. I
It's
was a
just
little confused
instead
by how
of-
that was said.
Fun stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's just instead of the raven above her, it's an owl because she's more.
Okay, so... I guess that was where I was a little confused by.
Okay.
So,
yes, I did.
so there's not really like a lull in it, but you do notice that like there's a break where like a certain song stops, and then 10-15 seconds goes on, and then another song plays as they have like a group of like 3 people that are playing a mixture of a harp, a lute, and drums. And it switches off between like occasionally very aggressive like battle craze kind of music to calming, relaxed, bless our Lord kind of a theme, more ambiance. And it starts to lull down as everybody starts to turn off the dance and they start kind of appreciating. As you can see, some of them are just kind of embracing the night. You do see in the distance, one person eventually sits down in a semi-large throne made of stone, wood, but it's very intricate. Even though it doesn't seem like it's very expensive, it is custom made, large, huge back to it. As you see, a female, tan skin, short, white hair, long draped, like fur, cloak on, with what looks like red markings on her face. As people at this point are starting to give simple offerings to her. Might not be physical items, but they're offering maybe something in the future. You see someone come up and physically offer that their next kill will be in her name, or that we are about to have child, we will name him in your honor. Kind of things like that. Some of them are actually offering physical items. You do see the local smithy actually custom forge something for her, as you do see that he pulls out a curved dagger that's shaped like a fang. I'm not fang, a claw, and offer it to her for her protection.
Okay.
After the line kind of comes down, people are starting to sit down and relax a little bit.
Sure. As the line starts to disperse, I would like to walk up to them.
Okay.
And
before you say anything, as you walk up, you do notice that everybody kind of looks at you awkwardly as like a stranger entering in. As you see her kind of go from one side of the chair, lean onto the other, kind of look at you puzzling. You are new. I am. Are a stranger. But are you friend or foe?
I am friend.
That will be decided.
That will.
I was not asking, I was stating. As
Very
she
well.
looks in closely, you immediately feel the breath of 2 men behind you. As you see 2 large gentlemen, each carrying one carrying a long pike, and the other one carrying a mace in his hand. As they aren't like drawing their weapons, but you have now entered into her territory, and it looks like you are not allowed to leave until you say your piece, and she allows you to leave. Well, you have come this far, stranger, but I will not hear your words until I hear your name.
My name is Xander the Magnificent, Your Majesty.
Oh, goodness.
Magnificent. A boastful statement.
A boastful statement for a boastful name for a wonderful act.
I would
of
imagine that, like,
a
at this
wonder.
point, Helga has stopped staring at the forest and just kind of like turns around in a chair and
Yeah,
just sees
yeah.
this blue-skinned, white hair, like doesn't look anything like them, trying to talk to the elder, and she's just kind of punched up against the back, like, oh, this will be good. Like,
And I do like.
there's the popcorn. Like, come on, this will be funny. This is funny.
Taking bets on how long he lasts.
Magnificent, huh?
As at this point, you do see like on her arm, she like kind of has like this perch on the side where she puts her owl like on the perch, and then she kind of just like kind of cracks her knuckles as a sign of like intimidation. As you notice that the only one who doesn't have a physical weapon in this whole village is her. Use your imagination as you will with that. As she just looks at you. So, Xander, as she kind of rolls her eyes, the Magnificent. What is it that you are doing in my presence?
Well, I've come to seek an audience, and I've been admiring your epic
She
tribe.
immediately interrupts you, and she says, "Come closer."
Oh God. I'm very slow to do that. I'm like,
Oh,
okay. I put both my hands in there. I mean no harm, and I kill.
Now I start placing bets.
A little closer. Let's get a little closer, but I just have
Helga,
both hands.
you got like a male right by you. It's like, all right, I got 5 gold that she's gonna.
You think she's gonna like punch him or just go straight for the slap? Like, what do you think?
I think she's actually gonna take a piece for herself. You know.
I respect. I like it.
But she, as you get closer, she tells you, "Kneel."
And I do.
That's right. That's right.
And then she just looks at you. All right, proceed with what you were saying.
Okay. So I was just trying to get an audience, admiring your magnificent tribe, and I was interested in if I could play along with your fellow lute player and join in on the celebration of the hunt.
You must be confused. We only celebrate our own kind here. You're not one of us, and I'm sure your music is, well, magnificent. But even our musicians are hunters of their own right.
Absolutely. Which is also why I came, because I am looking for the clan master, and I presume that is you.
You presume correctly.
Hey, we got that right. That is wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I heard that from another fellow down in the second floor, and he referred you to ask for assistance and guidance. I would like to journey into the green, the Wandering Green, and on a quest to save some of the children that have gone missing.
That is quite an honorable task for one such of, as she looks at you, your stature would like to take upon themselves, that many of our worthy warriors have yet succeeded. And you ask of our help, and I would offer to, I would be considered to give it to you, but what do I get in return?
What would you what would you request of me, Your Majesty?
Oh, Your Majesty. Oh, very good. Well,
I am a performer in my own rights. I play this magnificent special lute for audiences of all kinds. I am from another elvish country, and I've just made my way to this island to explore and help out.
Very well. I will offer you a guide. As a price upon your return, if you do return, I request for you to go to the high city of Khalid. There, I need you to speak to General Amora. She has, let's say, something of mine. I want it back. You retrieve this with your magnificent talents, and we call ourselves square.
That's as a proposition. I would humbly take up on this task and this magnificent journey.
Very well. Well, she looks around. I believe we've all had too much fun for someone to jump the opportunity at this moment. So,
I feel like all of the clans people would be like, not it, not it, not it.
I believe it is.
Right. We're all picking straws.
Oh god.
She looks at everyone as she stands up. Ladies, gentlemen, who would take up this?
I'll do it. Again, as she's just kind of like leaning up against the like back of the bar with like her feet propped up on another like chair. Like this will be fun.
Very well.
I can use some bait.
Now, Helga,
Bait.
he has an important task for me once his return. Bait is an interesting term, but
Bait is
we have
interesting.
yet to get anyone to retrieve the item.
It gets results.
I'd like him back in a healthy manner. Can you accomplish this?
Okay, so healthy, but if he's injured, it's okay as long as he's in one piece. Is that what I'm getting
As long
at?
as he can retrieve the item from Amora, that's all that I care about.
You got it, Chief.
Very well. She sits back down. She immediately pulls out a dagger from back behind her cloak, flips it to its blunt end, and then hits it on the actual side as a mallet. This will be done.
This will be done.
As the two behind you just stand there. Get him a room. You two leave in the morning.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Sleep.
much.
Sleep well, Mr. Magnificent.
Xander the Magnificent
We gotta-
to you, good lady.
We got a long day.
As you are gestured
Also,
your way out,
Helga
very
wants to like scan this guy. Like, does this guy have any weapons on him that she can
Yes.
see? Like, what is she getting into?
okay. So
like,
what's on you in plain sight?
Sure. So obviously I have my light black leather armor, and then I have my lute and my light hammer behind me, and a mace on the side, small mace.
Yep, this guy's gonna die.
He does seem
Yep, he's
for
dead.
for your specific clan. He does seem, let's say, doughy. Very.
Squeeze.
You would all call him fresh meat.
Yeah.
Squishies.
But you have seen lesser men and women do greater tasks. So, you are gestured out by the two gentlemen behind you as they take you over to the inn, and they immediately gesture to the innkeeper. She wants him for a room for the night. Oh, of course. What is the patron's name?
Xander the
Xander.
Magnificent.
Xander will be fine. As he writes on your name. Sir Xander, can you please sign underneath this? And then he shows as you are supposed to sign for your room.
I sign it.
Okay. And he passes you a key that just has a gold. It has a gold label for number 5. He says, "I'll take you up to your room. Do you have any bags of any kind?"
I do not. What you see is what you get.
Great.
The two gentlemen immediately look at the innkeeper. He's requested early in the morning. Make sure he's back out in the village by 10. Will do.
Oh, That's awfully early. Okay.
That's not early.
As the innkeeper gestures you up to the second floor and immediately takes you to the right side where all the odd numbers are and unlocks the door for room 5 for you. As you find yourself in a mid-lavish inn. A simple full-size bed, half dresser, couple nightstands, and what looks like a tea lamp on a single small cocktail-sized table in front of the only window. There is a picture up of what looks like a kind of like a mural up on here that has a picture of what looks like a large beast-covered man with 2 wolves on his side. And it has what looks like a couple candles that have been slowly waxed down a little bit, as it's kind of looks like it's kind of like a small spot to pray to, as there's a little rug in front of it. And
Sure.
a small tray for any offerings.
Okay.
He looks at you, puts out his hand. Will there be anything else?
Is breakfast in the morning? Is there anything to eat in the morning?
There can be breakfast in the morning.
I'll put 3 copper in his hand.
He looks at you. Very well. I will give you adequate food for the morning. As he
Thank you so much, dear sir.
puts it into his vest pocket, closes the door. Glad tidings. Good night. As he closes the door and he starts making his way downstairs. We're going to switch ourselves
Alright.
back over to our first group. So at this point, you have made your way. You have crossed the bridge, and you're about to enter. You're like 10 minutes away from the closest point of the Wandering Greens. Mixus, you know that this is not really a general point that people enter in. Usually you can go either from this side or this side. Usually if you go in this way, you're dealing with too many mountains in your way. So you can choose to go that way, or you can go on this side or the opposite side.
I'm going to do where I just kind of follow the edge of it, like around this way. And as I walk in, I'm like, "Hello, beautiful forest. How are you tonight?"
You talking to the trees?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is my friend. Please don't harm her. She's good. We're just on our way through, okay? All right? You want to stay really close to me, okay?
Sure.
So
You don't want to get lost, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll stay close. And I follow
Hello.
okay, so as she
Really
enters
friendly.
in first, you notice that she moves in without any restraint against her. There's still like vines in the way, but she's able to just like walk through without actually like putting her arms forward. And you're like, okay. As you walk through, like they have a little more tension, so you actually have to push your way through compared to where she's just gently just walking through.
Please, can you let her? It's okay. She's with me. She's not going to hurt any of you.
Mixus, give me a nature check.
Nature check.
Dun dun dun.
the.
19.
Like swatting at bugs.
You notice that as you're trying to like push through, all of a sudden like some of the low-hanging vines that are pushing you back kind of loosen themselves up, as now you can just walk through them gently.
They talk back?
Well, they listen. Of course they do. You have to respect any kind of a creature that's in the forest.
Oh. Okay. Hello, tree.
Hello,
On that
tree.
note, we're gonna take a quick break.
Follow.
We're gonna all right. So you're gonna follow. We're gonna take a quick break. I did lose track of time, so we're gonna allow everybody to make a bio break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. All right, thank you for waiting. We're back. All right, so you two are headed in through the part of the eastern side of the Wandering Greens, pretty close to Eastern Village.
As we're going, I'm going, hello, rock. Hello, tree. How are you tonight? Oh, hello, flowers. Hi.
Very uncomfortably going. Rock? Flowers?
So, question for
Trees?
Finra, have you been in the Wandering Greens before?
I kind of stay out of it because too many things and people go missing. If we weren't ordered to go in there, I wasn't going in.
Okay. It will throw you off as soon as you get in. You start noticing that, like, legitimately, you can actually see, like, the trees twist and turn, and you can see the ground shift, some of it raise, some of it lower, as you eventually look back and you see your path barred. It doesn't look like it's specifically done that way aside from going backwards, but it looks like the trees, the leaves, the branches on the ground, everything that exists within this forest moves as a constant living maze.
I look back at her and be like, it helps if you hop.
I think I'll just continue talking to the forest. I
Oh.
don't think hopping will help.
Well, you can see here, and I hop, and then I hop, and then the ground moves back and forth, and be like, hop, hop. See, it's playing.
Whether it's specifically the force itself magically unbarring it for her, or the more obvious thing is that she just happens to just hop in the right direction that just moves in tandem with the forest, it is quite a sight to see.
And she turns her back on me. I'm gonna do like this little.
Hello. How are you tonight? Hello, spider. Hello.
Forest.
It's like Sesame Street.
Spider!
Would like to make it out.
All right,
Spider?
So you both are taken upon the quest of yourselves to essentially try to find the missing children, correct?
I was showing her where I've helped them out of the forest.
Okay. So as you start making your way closer to the spot where you remember that you would have essentially found them playing around and you essentially tried to escort them out, you do find the spot. It has changed, not surprising to you as the forest would, but you remember the spot it was. As you see what looks like like how kids would actually make like a little tree fort on the ground. They put like up like a little canopy over it, up like a kind of like a ghillie suit kind of style, and it was not changed since there was the broken branches and exposed leaves, and it is still there. It's a little messed up due to the ground being changed, but you still see this little makeshift little clubhouse that they designed.
So you see there? That's where usually the kids come in. They come right here, and I always throw them out.
Has there been a lot of kids coming in here?
Kind of. Well, on this side, some, and some on the other side. I really try to keep the kids from not going to the north area, because that's not good. It's scary over there for kids.
It's in the north.
Different kinds of creatures.
I look at the ground and see if I find any tracks of the kids or anything showing where they might have gone to.
Are you proficient in what am I thinking of?
Nature, survival.
Survival.
Nope.
Survival, yes, survival, thank you.
I'm not.
Okay. You can give me a survival check with disadvantage.
Okay.
We would be right about where normally people would come in, right?
Yeah, so you'd
On
be
that
like
side?
right here in the
Okay.
middle.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
so
still
we're
not bad.
but that's the side right around here is where the people would come in on that side, right?
Well, they would come in on both sides.
Yeah, but I remember you said there was one side on here and then there was one side over here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so 14. That's not bad. You do get a rough go of the area, and you do notice that there are. You do see what she was talking about, as there are several footprints that look like they ran off back the way you guys came, as if maybe the way she told their story is that she escorted them out, so they ran back that way. But you do see 2 other footprints, or at least a set of footprints, heading further north into the Wonder Greens.
Okay, Forrest? I'm gonna follow these footprints. I look back and am I doing this right? Or is it listening?
You want to go up there during the night? No.
Well, if the kids are in there, I should check it out.
We should wait until the daytime.
What'll happen to them if we wait?
Well, depending on what they find, they should find their way out if they go out the one way, because they could be following the one trail I showed them. But if they further north, there's some creatures that are kind of scary. I mean, not super scary because I've seen lots of different kinds of creatures, but maybe scary for people in this for humans. Yeah.
I guess it's good I'm not a normal human then, and I'm gonna continue following the footsteps.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Walk forwards,
Okay.
and I'm just muttering to the forest. Please don't make me lost. I'm trying to find little children that have gone missing. Can't believe I'm talking to a forest. I think it actually listened to me. Just crazy creature behind me. But I promise I'm not going to harm you or cut you down or burn you. Now that I really know you're alive and listening, and just help me along, please.
Okay. You don't get any response, but you seem to notice that the trees themselves are still moving, but it looks like the path going further north is less a confusion, as it seems like it's not going to constantly get in your way if you keep going in a straight line.
I continue forwards and turn around. Are you coming with?
Okay, fine.
So persuasive.
If you're gonna twist my arm about it, fine.
But I should go first.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue that.
Okay.
Forrest likes you better.
Okay.
Is there fireflies?
There are fireflies. There's actually quite a lot of fireflies in this area. But they look less firefly and more like little, what are they called? Sprites.
Wisps? Oh, sprites. Hello. Did you need a ride again? I'm talking to the sprites.
Some of them kind of just sit on your shoulder.
Okay, let's go this way. Hey, you should ask them if they need a ride.
Would you care for a ride on my shoulder, tiny glowing thing?
They start floating around you a little bit. One of them lands on your nose. Another one kind of perches on your head, and then a couple land on your shoulder.
Are you sure these things are safe?
Yes, they're safe. They're just fine. Now they'll light our path.
Thank you, I think.
If you don't like the one on your nose, you can always be like, and wiggle your nose and it'll move.
Keep him where he is. He seems happy.
Okay. Doot, doot, doot. Hello, trees. Hello, vine. Oh, hi, little lizard.
At this point, due to darkness, you literally have like a spot where the trees are allowing you to go through, but you notice that literally you go from bright green grass, and there's literally a line where it starts turning into more brown grass and leaves.
Honey.
What's
I kind
happened?
of just stop there and I'm like, this is as far as I go at nighttime. Usually.
At this time, you both stop, and the fireflies kind of start circling around. You start noticing that you're starting to get surrounded by the fireflies, so they start kind of like spinning around you in a circle.
Oh.
As you
Oh.
notice,
This-
without them, you have an absence of light in the forest, as they are giving you light around, but they start spinning faster.
Oh.
Faster around.
Oh.
It's a normal thing. Do they do this a lot?
Not really. Oh, they're kind of making me dizzy.
Fireflies, I think we should probably part ways. Thank you for your help, but you've been. Thank you. You can go now.
As they keep spinning faster and faster, eventually a bright light just overcomes. As you both blink your eyes and you see about a 6-foot tall high elf appear,
Oh.
glowing with radiance.
Oh.
Long silver hair, draped down, silken texture, halfway down her back. Long pearl crown, wearing long silk drapes for a dress, as she looks like she's like a druid draped in silver and platinum.
I say in Elven, hi.
She just kind of like looks at you confusing and just kind of does this.
I take out my axe just to be on the ready for you.
She just looks at you and then she just kind of like shakes her head.
I would put that away if I were you. Just saying.
Slowly put it back on my back. And I'm very cautiously watching her, ready to grab it at any moment.
As her mouth doesn't speak, you can. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what's your name?
Well, as she doesn't move her mouth, you can hear a very gallant female voice that's appearing as your native tongue to both of you. I am Ildrid.
Ildrid. Would I know who that is?
It does sound elvish, but the name does not
Okay.
call out to you. I mean, there's a lot of elves that have similar names, and you would know of people that have a name Ildrid, but, you know, it's not like a very specific name. It is a name that is known for usually noble houses, as far as elves are concerned. But she looks...
Alexis! Hi!
Hi. You take upon the task of journeying within my forest.
Mhm.
Under normal circumstances, I would not allow this. But you, little one, I have allowed great passage into. But even
you're the one that's in charge of all the things in here. Thank you. I love this place.
I rule over nothing. I merely guide
Oh.
what the magic
Oh.
is blessed upon this area. I protect this area from those who would bring it harm.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I've come to you now. You
Okay.
are on a path that I allow, but the path itself, I wish for you to succeed. But at your current direction, you would most likely fail.
Oh. Oh, and I turn all blue and sad again with the little snowflakes
Oh,
falling.
fear not, my child. There's nothing to worry about. I'm here to help.
Oh, okay. And go back to green.
We both share a common goal. You're here to save lost souls inside my forest. I need your help to get rid of the scourge that brings those childs in.
Is that what's causing the death? And I poke it with my foot. Right there. That
This
right there.
infection in this forest is her dark magic bleeding into it.
Oh.
Or who?
There is a very powerful witch that draws upon the power of the forest, and her grasp has become too far for me to dissuade.
Oh, that's no good.
I allowed her entrance, I allowed her to learn, but she decided to learn too much without my preview, and I unfortunately cannot stop her.
What? She took stuff from the forest, and I turn bright red and all autumn
Well, that's
She
new.
took stuff from the forest. What? What? You're not supposed to take anything from the forest?
She just
Think you
looks
shot
at
What
you.
does this button do?
She looked at you, and she has a natural radiance glow. She just kind of shh, as she just blink at you with her glow, as you immediately kind of calm down. She looks at you both. I applaud your efforts to come and protect the children. I would like them saved too, but I have a much larger goal that I cannot deal with on my own. As much as I would love you to move forward, if you move forward now, it will be all for naught, for she rules over the night that controls over this forest. You need every advantage you can. If you decide to come with more light in the situation, I can blanket you with summer protection. If
So
we
during the
decide to
day.
proceed now, only my kindred can help you. As
The
you can notice
fireflies.
that it's only where the fireflies can go.
So the children that are lost are most likely already gone by nightfall.
No. Some of them have lost their way. The others, yes. She seems to prefer the presence of the females better than the boys. It seems that the males are unfortunately disposed of in an unruly fashion in her own pleasures. But she does worse things to the females. Be wary that those in her care for too long are blanketed in a permanent darkness that they cannot come from, and they are her protectors.
How
Given
do we dispose of her?
The same way you would dispose of any kind of dark entity. Usually the power of any kind of light. I'd recommend any kind of magic that's blanketed by the light of the gods you pray to. She's a witch. I mean, the absence of magic will do her harm, but you blanket her with light that counteracts her darkness, it will definitely help. Anything minus that is just a sheer force of pure strength against her. She's not immortal. She just is at a power that I can't deal with in the forest, since I directly derive my power from the force as well. So, by harming her, I harm myself. And that cannot be the way. If I am not protecting this forest, then not even this little one can walk in without my purview. And the forest will be forever entwined with uncontrolled magics, which, honestly, that's what I want more mortals to notice. But, it's better that they believe that instead of it being true.
Would that harm the dragon?
Oh, that lovely creature is not of this specific forest. He comes and he goes, and he has his nest, and he blankets the skies with his natural glow. He will be unaffected by any of the magics that will affect here, since he lives both on the side of darkness and on the side of the light.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
We were to camp here for the night. Prepare to destroy her in the morning. We'd be safe.
I can make sure that you are protected as long as you don't leave a specific area, yes.
Could we just go to the little creek and the little waterfall by my little spot, my little cubby?
Wherever would you like to go, as long as you do not proceed further into the Wandering Greens, I can definitely make sure that I have my kindred follow you and protect you for the night.
Okay. So, like, where I would normally probably stay, somewhere in here somewhere.
Okay.
Like, I'm guessing there's like a little, because obviously, I'm guessing there's some kind of water in here helping.
Yeah,
with
there's
the plants,
just constantly like rivers that flow up and down throughout it, like an infinite waterfall that's like defies gravity that cuts through the mountain itself.
So we could just go to where I sleep. Yeah.
And we will do it very fast, as she immediately looks at you, and then she just brightens the light as you appear right in front of this waterfall, both of you.
Oh, yay!
That was unexpected.
Oh, I didn't tidy up I didn't think I was gonna have guests. Close your
okay.
eyes.
It's okay, little one.
No, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
I close my eyes and peek one halfway open.
Okay.
And I quickly like run around and tidy things up.
Ah, okay. Oh,
It
here,
looks
And
very
I-
nice.
here, and I give you a piece of sea glass. There you go.
Thank you.
Ah.
Never been given something so beautiful before.
Well, I found this down by the shore where you were.
Lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if I have a big enough blanket for you.
That's okay. Cold doesn't bother me too much, and I'm used to roughing it out and sleeping out in the open if needed.
You can always grab a vine. They'll just coil around and it's nice and cozy.
I'm gonna look at the vines
Around your throat.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. If you get thirsty, the water's very refreshing.
To know.
If you hear a humming or anything like that, don't worry about it. It's just a forest.
Okay.
As she places her
Okay.
hand upon a very thick tree, Mixus, you would know this is one of the few trees in this specific area that does not move with the actual place just due to its overall size. She puts her hand on the actual specific nub of the tree as she puts her hand in it, and the tree itself kind of molds around her palm as she puts her hand in.
Yay!
And she looks at all of you, or she looks at the two of you, and then she just pulls out this orb of light as it comes out of the
Oh.
tree. She looks at you,
Ooh, that's
she
pretty.
walks it down, and she just places it, just floats a foot off the ground in front of you. This will protect you until I return. Do not go anywhere until sunrise. Until then, I must go. I must leave. I have shown myself too long. As she starts backing up, and as she starts walking back to
Good night, sweet dreams.
to Finra, you just see like her kind of just like blink it off, disappear. To Mixus, you literally see herself envelop into the actual tree itself. You literally see the tree almost like come out like giant hands and just kind of pull her into the tree as she disappears into her
Oh,
other realm.
this is is much nicer light than the fireflies. I usually just ask the fireflies to set up camp.
You are currently blanketed with a 30-foot radius tiny hut.
Oh,
Mhm.
there's
Hey,
nice nature. Much
As
nicer.
weird and creepy as this night has been, this is quite a nice area.
As you hear calming water moving around the area, just a simple, non-aggressive waterfall, calming, moving through. As you've never been in this forest before, as you're first kind of intimidated by how it works, now listening to the movement of the trees and listening to the wind of this place moving through, you can almost hear it as a song playing throughout the woods, as if every branch, every tree, every leaf is a different instrument playing its specific whistle, hymn, flute, drum.
Do
That
I
is a
notice
calming
that she's-
ambience.
Do I notice that she's figuring it out?
You can give me an insight check on her.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely figure out that she is now starting to truly understand how this forest works.
I just stare at her like, you figured it
I'm
out,
just
did you?
ignoring you, and for like the first time in many, many years, I'm starting to let my guard down a little bit, and I just close my eyes and take a deep breath of the clear forest air.
And it is the freshest air that you've had in quite some time, as even the rest of the island is not this fresh. Just the whatever energy soars through the veins of this forest keeps it separate from even the rest of the island. Even the water itself, if you grab some water, is clear, uncontaminated by any other substances that is mixed through intentionally or not. And you feel that not only does the forest itself feel calming, but just the words from her blanket you with not just the glow of her light, but a mental comfort. That where you are is not just physically peaceful, but mentally peaceful for you. As you can feel a time that is given to you that not only do you not have to do anything, but you don't want to do anything right now. You just want to relax and you just want to enjoy this small little lull that you have.
I lay back down on some moss and I just close my eyes.
Do you like it?
It is peaceful.
This is much more like home.
Your home must be beautiful.
Some parts. The fields are very pretty, especially with my little buddy. He's so much fun. He follows me around when I'm in the fields. Yep, I go
Eyes
visit
are
him
still
in the fields.
closed. I'm sure that's wonderful. I'm glad you have a little buddy.
He's a fun.
I'm sure he is.
So tell me more about you.
There's a weight that's been lifted. I haven't been able to relax this way in a long time. There was a time that I remember enjoying wandering and being out in the wild and seeing all these marvelous things with my friends, my family. Then it was just the order.
They don't sound like fun.
Not. Again, if you come across them, stay away.
Well, can I ask? I think it only seemed like you two, the one dude and you, were the only ones that seemed to have the uniforms. If you don't like it so much, why do you wear the uniform?
It's either stick with them or die. They don't let you off easily. We've been lessening our rounds here. They've been shipping us out. This is the first time I've been able to make a move.
Freedom? Yeah?
Freedom.
So if you have
stretch.
freedom now, why still wear the uniform?
Keeps me hidden for the time being. There's still a lot of us here. Enough of us that should not ever leave this island, and I'm going to make sure that they don't.
Like you did with the other guy?
Yes, like I did to the other guy. I'm glad you approve.
I just think that's funny. You must have did something bad because, you just slit his throat, so you must have did something bad.
Is that
I
the
think that-
order?
Well, yeah. And you said they were bad, right?
They are. They don't bring about fun, as you put it.
So are there more like you that are stuck?
I'm sure there are. I was the only one that I know of that was just taken and stuck in this militaristic lifestyle. It wasn't pleasant, but I couldn't get away.
But what's military? Militaristic? What is that?
Do not have that where you come from. There's no big force. There's no, I guess, protector, as they'd like to call themselves.
We have protection,
Of wars.
but why would you need? Why would you need? So is it a soldier?
Soldiers.
Soldier is the word?
Do not
Like-
have conflict or war or
We have. Wait, what's the word? What would be the equivalent of the word here? We have warriors.
think of them as a lot of warriors, and think of them, I guess once maybe they thought they were protectors, and some are. There are protectors out there. Then there's other factions like this one that have turned and have now, well, I thought they started taking the kids, which is why I questioned him. It doesn't seem like it was us. It seems like it's this other entity out here.
I mean, I've only seen one time that I think humans from I'm guessing your realm, this realm, came to my realm.
Doesn't happen that often from what I've heard.
We like to come and visit you guys though, because you guys are funny.
And that's what I'm gathering.
You guys
What
have
is
so
the
many funny
Feywild?
words. What's a
What's it like?
Feywild? Well, think of all the big forests and mountain ranges and beautiful seas that you could ever see. And all the different kinds of creatures live in them. All different kinds. And the trees talk, they move. The plants, the animals, everything. Everything lives in, harmony. We each have our little places. I mean, there's sometimes, disagreements, but it gets figured out.
Sounds nice. It sounds like someplace I'd like to visit one day.
We don't like to advertise, but we're pretty strong. So, I mean, unless you know you have business in the Feywild, or you're a guest, I guess. You can't stay very long.
Then maybe I hope to be a guest one day.
I can show you my friend.
Like that.
He's really fun. He's a stag.
Oh. It's a deer? Okay. No,
Yeah,
I've seen
so
a
as
lot
far
of
as
things
this-
tonight.
Yeah, as far as this realm, you wouldn't know what a stag is. Like, yeah, you could relate to a deer, but like, there are no stags in the mortal realm.
Okay, well, I guess I'll describe it. Well, so he's white and he's tall. He has hooves. He's got big giant antlers that are coppery and they glow. And he's got these beautiful big ears. And he's got this cute little snout. And he's got bright blue eyes. He's got this cute little fluffy tail. And yeah, he's fun. He's
In my
favorite.
mind, I'm kind of picturing like a satyr-like creature.
Okay, I gotcha.
So that's what, and I'm going, oh, well, that's very nice that you have such a good friend.
He's my favorite. He's fun. He's fun to ride. And, you know, I practice my bow on horseback with him. Well, not horseback, but, you know, stagback.
Do you sit on his shoulders?
I sit on his back.
Does he have 2 legs or 4?
4.
The fact that I can see Amanda as her character trying to work this out.
He has 4.
So it's kind of like a deer.
Deer are really small.
And he's not.
No.
I mean,
No.
you're kind of small, so I would assume a deer would pretty big toward you.
Nah. Deer are kind of small.
Oh.
We don't have the deer. I don't think. Maybe some, but no. I mean, Well, we have those little things. They're kind of like a deer, but I'm just talking to myself. Like, they're kind of like a deer, but they got spots, so that doesn't seem like they're a deer.
Like a baby deer?
But they have stripes too, so I don't know. But they only live by the mountains, so yeah.
Well, maybe we would see some in this forest. This forest is not like any others. Not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying you're a very nice forest.
Nice forest. Nice trees.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
The trees are sleeping. They probably aren't paying attention anymore.
I yawn and I stretch. Well, should probably get some rest too. If to be up early enough to find the children and take this witch down.
So do you have to sleep?
Yeah. Don't.
I mean, I can. I don't have to. I
What
just
do you
meditate.
do? Just
I meditate.
sure, because that's perfectly normal substitution for sleep, I guess.
I mean, it's not
Well-
uncommon. Like, you would know that full elves would have to have, they could meditate, but like, you know that you don't have that trait, so it does sound like more like an elf to the mortal realm.
I guess if that's what you can do, kudos to you. I definitely need my sleep, so I should probably try and get some shut-eye here.
Okay. And I just go crawl up into, like, by a base of a tree and let the vines kind of curl up and around me.
Okay.
Look at her like, what is this thing?
Who dat?
So, as each of
Why
you
is this so
individually
happy?
take Yeah, it's you. Each individual you get to decide to find your way of rest for the night. We'll go to the last person to technically be moving around, which would be Helga. You muted.
Amanda's face like, what the hell is this?
I'm muted?
Okay, now you're not. You were trying to talk before. I
Okay.
heard nothing.
Now we
Oh,
can
okay.
hear you.
Yay. I was like, it doesn't say I'm muted. I'm confused.
You're fine.
Okay, so is it still the middle of the, is it still at night, or is it now the...
By the time the party would be over at this point, and by the time Xander would have been taken into the inn, it'd be probably about midnight.
Okay. Because, as soon as, like, Xander starts leaving, she's just gonna give him, like, a little, like, sarcastic salute. And then kind of just, like, bullshit with the rest of the people, and then eventually go to bed at, like, maybe, like, 1-ish. She does, you know, like, most of her people, like, outside, very, like, tent-y type, outside.
Okay.
She's, you know, she sleeps with her axe next to her, because she needs to have that ready, just in case. And she's gonna, again, fall asleep facing the forest, because there's just something irksome about it, and she wants to figure it out. And then I would know that we were supposed to head out around, like, 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Helga would then, at some point, if we do a little time skip, she would wake up around, like, 8, because there were things that she wanted to do by herself before, Blue Boy came, Blue Bait, and got summoned. So there are things she wanted to do.
Blue Bait.
There are things she wanted to do alone before having to babysit this guy. So I don't know if we were gonna do a daytime jump skip or not.
I'm down
it's
for
up to you.
it, if you want.
If there's things that you want to do
Mm-hmm.
before the day, you can. Just know that you will be missing sleep.
Oh well, I mean, she's gonna sleep and then wake up at like 8, so that way, or get the full night rest that she would need. But she wants to wake up at least an hour before they're scheduled to head out, so that way she can do her own thing. So, whatever a full night's rest time-wise would be.
Okay, so yeah, you would have to go to sleep now if you want to wake up at 8 to get the full 8 hours.
Cool, then that's what she's gonna do. But she, like I said, outside with her axe, facing the forest.
Okay. So you all individually get your version of sleep. Automatically waking up whenever she wants. Mixus only needs the 4 hours of meditation. So, do you move around or go anywhere after you complete 4 hours? Okay, what do you do?
I get to go get some, cause I get to get some food
Okay,
in the forest.
so you pick different kind of berries. You are able to make like a
I make sure
blanket
I
of
have,
greens.
I make sure I have enough for my friend.
You make like kind of like a fruit salad kind of thing like that out of nature's candy that it provides to you, as you're able to make like these little, assuming like a wicker bowl kind of thing like that, and you're able to make these small little dishes of sorts. Is there anything else that you want to do?
I would think, because I technically live in this little spot, so I would have like a makeshift little like campsite.
Sure.
So I would make some like tea that the dragon brought me and
Okay.
all this other stuff, and like, you know, get like have stuff and talking to the little animals while, and like, but I'm gonna like, when I'm picturing that I would be foraging probably right when Amanda's character wakes up. So I'd be coming back.
How do
from
you say
foraging.
your character's name again, Amanda? Because I want to remember it, and then we just keep saying Amanda's character, and I'm like, that's not helpful.
Erna.
Ferna.
Okay.
Okay, so you're doing that. How late does Firna sleep?
Like 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. wake up. Sun comes up, she's up.
Okay, so the sun starts rising. You do wake up. As you wake up, you do see, you get the smells of fruits, warm tea being brewed. As you start seeing your little mini green elf friend coming back from what looks like foraging and has like a big, huge basket full of different of nature's fruits and vegetables provided to her.
Hi! Good morning!
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
Food? I slept good.
Yeah, I have some food. Come on over here. And you're like, I have like a makeshift little table, and it's probably way too small for.
I'm very
character,
polite,
but-
and I come over. Ow, undo the claws. I
No,
come
you slept on a
over.
rock.
This funny little fuzzy creature came and curled up with me, and I don't know what it is, but it's sharp here.
But it's sharp.
And then I come over and I very politely sit down and start eating.
Do you like tea?
I do like tea.
Here, have some. This is from the dragon. He brought it for me from a far long land. Somewhere in the north, I think.
Exterior, I'm like, thank you very much. Interior, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is dragon tea. I'm so excited. I've never had dragon tea before.
So you
Doesn't
smell
show.
it. It has kind of like a very, a mixture of like, almost you're thinking like it's burnt, but also having like almost like a vanilla fragrance to it. As you both take a sip of it, whether or not Mixus has tried it before, you kind of get a mixture of like a vanilla cocoa kind of feeling. Like you would definitely know this tea is meant for an area of cold, as the warmth of the tea would warm up the blood, as you immediately feel if you're a little cold from being uncovered in the actual cold dampness of the forest. You now almost kind of feel invigorated with a little bit of caffeine, but also kind of like your skin kind of warms up. You no longer have the shiver down your body, and you don't necessarily feel invigorated, but you just feel warm and kind of have that blanket of comfort on you.
I only drink one cup, but if you want another cup, I can get you another cup.
This is very delicious. Thank you.
Oh, and try the red berries. Those are the best.
Take a little. Nom nom nom.
So did you have any weird dreams? Or any good dreams? I don't know. Do you dream? Do humans dream?
They do dream. Last night I was dream free for once.
Oh. That's cool.
We should. It's lovely, but we should start on our way to find those children.
Yep. We can do that. We need to clean up a little bit before, because I don't want any of the little creatures coming in stealing the rest. Unless you want them to steal the rest, we can put it out for them too. I usually put a little bit out for them.
A little bit is fine, but as long as it's quick.
Okay. And make a little like spot for where it looks like I normally leave little like stuff for the animals. Do.
At this point, the orb that was left from you, from Elid, now that the sun has risen and blanketed over the orb itself no longer has the illumination that it provided. As its effect is no longer necessary, you see it kind of float up a little bit and disperse into the non-illuminated flies that were surrounded you before, as they kind of go climb up on different trees and kind of burrow themselves into their natural habitats.
Thank you.
We're gonna
Have a nice sleep.
We're gonna switch over to Xander.
Yes.
Knowing that you got your 8 hours to be awake, let's say you wake up about 8 o'clock, you get up to a knock on the door telling that morning call, food and refreshments are available on the first floor as you requested.
Heck yeah!
A different
Start.
as a different attendant, as you hear a female walk down, and you make your way down there as you see a couple tables prepped. Each table has what looks like a couple hard-cooked eggs. Looks like it has a couple small pieces of meat and what looks like a piece of bread.
Alright.
There's already someone sitting down there. You see a couple people. Looks like they are probably brothers, both elvish. They actually look like they're wearing the same outfit. I'll actually show you what they're wearing.
Oh.
The picture I have is of the female, but
Okay.
they are wearing this. You would know them.
Wow.
You would start to recognize them as these are the guards of Khalid. As Khalid
Okay.
has a government, they don't have police. They just have guards that patrol. And these two are essentially look like they're on break, and they are getting food at the local inn. As the lady patron is just telling them, well, I appreciate checking out the area. I was a little concerned, but here, food's on the house. She comes over to you. I was informed of your stay. Hopefully the food is acceptable. I was told that your guide should be here in a couple hours worth of time, and you were supposed to be off by then. Make sure that you have everything out of the room by that point, because we were told that at that point the room is now back in our possession. But if you require anything else, just let me know, and I'll make sure that your guide will be here. Will know that you're here. She bows to you, and then she walks back over to her station, and she looks like she's trying to get some paperwork taken care of.
All right. Make my way down to breakfast.
Okay. Helga, after completing your required amount of sleep, you have a couple hours available to you before you have to head to the inn to meet up with Xander.
Cool. So, her breakfast consists of like some kind of like beef jerky looking substance.
Okay.
She grabs a couple like strips of, probably whatever dried out from the party before that, just takes her dagger and just cuts off a few little dried pieces.
Okay.
And then she's gonna wander to perhaps maybe like the edge of the forest, or in that little area. Yeah, probably closer to the edge of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And she's hoping to find a spot where she can just kind of like sit in her own little space and kind of not meditate, but she's gonna try and where is it? She's gonna try and speak with animals, but it takes 10 minutes. So she's hoping that some of the like jerky that's laid out, or some of the berries or whatever that are around, will help attract a creature, so that way she can try and get more information about what she saw yesterday, what this forest is. But she needs 10 minutes to
Warm up.
to kind of get herself spiritually aligned.
Okay. All right. So you get yourself all set up. You prep it up as your regular.
She's gonna pray that the forest doesn't move in the time that she's sitting here.
Don't move.
That's why I'm hoping to sit enough on the outside where, like, it's less likely.
I heard talking to trees might help.
That was
Did you guys hear that? It was like the trees were talking to me.
The little furry creature that ended up sleeping with the
Yeah.
with the man.
They just got
fly.
they just got yeeted by a half elf. Yeah, that one. Some flying squirrel. Just,
So, one of the regular species that you deal with, which is a subspecies of a wolf,
Mhm.
that are used to your kin, you don't usually tend to hunt them since they're usually used as pack animals that sometimes you get information from regularly.
Mhm.
3 of them come up as they see you, and they know that you are harmless to their kind as they start coming in for food. Even though they still kind of pull back, as this is their
Mhm.
nature, they slowly kind of nose their way in and start grabbing some. Let's see. As their natural intelligence, okay, so you get it for 10 minutes.
Yep.
So they're there eating food for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. So does one of them, like, since they're in a like relative, like, does one of them look like it would be like of a higher
Like
pack,
an alpha?
like a higher? Yeah.
Yeah, the alpha's not there, but you can assume that the middle one's the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the larger body, the longer fur, and a little bit less damaged body. Due to the fact that usually the other ones be kind of sent in first to do all the
Yep.
kind of bait and switch.
Xander.
But yeah, you see that she has long brown fur, and she was the one that first kind of saw you, and then she smelled, and then she gestured to the other 2 to go get some food.
A great wolf. Blessed be the morning. I was in here yesterday and I saw something peculiar, and I was hoping to get some information or to be able to see as you see and hear as to hopefully wander the forest a little better with your guidance.
Okay. Remember that you can't technically speak to them. You gotta
Oh, woo 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 woo.
You can only they can only give you information of nearby locations and monsters that they can see or have perceived in the last day. So they can't necessarily guide you, but if you ask them a question of where something is, they can try to help
she's
you.
trying to gain a trust because that the other thing she wants to do, if they're comfortable with it, is she wants to use beast sense, but that requires a touch, and then she can see through their eyes, like she can transfer like her. So
Okay.
she's hoping that maybe if she can convince the beta to allow, like, you know, because she realized that she can't, her tracking skills aren't that great, but maybe that of a wolf might be able to help get more familiar with the area or something like that.
Well,
so
give me first off, give me an animal handling check.
Oh, good. This will be fun.
Yes, you're great at this.
I mean, I'm supposed to be, right? You would think I was, but but all my dice rolls have been like not that great. So you know, that's fun. Does it help that I'm proficient?
Yes.
It does. I mean, it makes it roll regular if you're proficient.
Good.
That's a 3.
Okay.
No.
All right. Then give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, good. I'm gonna use different like, I already put away the old dice because they all rolled like crap, and I pull out new dice and they still roll like crap. What the hell?
Just need to warm them up.
Yeah. Again, she's not a people person, really. So cool. The high one was a 7.
Okay.
The low one was a 1.
As you're talking and you're trying to convince the beta's without like specific words, you're comprehending that that with speak with animals, that essentially she is trusting in your clan, but you still have a weapon, you still are a battle-hardened hunter. By intents and purposes, you all work together, but in this certain circumstance, they're here for the food. They're not here to guide you and let you see. By touching you, you will be able to figure out where their home is, and they're not really trusting that information, that you won't just give that to somebody else to hunt for money. So
that's fair.
They appreciate the food. but then they kind of back up. They close their eyes and they lower their heads in appreciation for the food, but they don't allow you to use your ability on them to see what they've seen in the past X amount of time.
Fair enough. She's gonna just bow her head in return and...
With the amount of time, if you have to make sure that you oblige with your clan leader, you have to head back because the amount of time it takes you to get to that position from where your tent is roughly about half an hour.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, again, she only needs 10 minutes to do the speak with animals, so since beast sense didn't work.
Okay.
So, she'll, once that failed, she's just gonna head back to... She's gonna brush it off because, you know, maybe today wasn't her day.
Okay.
But yeah, then she's just gonna start heading back, but she's gonna make it, like, kind of like a low-key warm-up. Like, she still wants to get, like, you know, she doesn't skip leg day, so, like, she still wants to, like...
Don't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day, you know, like, she wants to make sure that she's, like...
She's lunging all the way back.
Yeah, do a couple jumping jacks, you know, like, get herself pumped up for the,
She's doing the lunges all the way back.
She's giving herself a pep talk because, boy, today she's gonna need it, like...
Okay. So... You head back, you make your way to the inn as you do find your Air Genasi essentially like job pickup waiting for you.
Pity case? Yeah, that one.
Oh my god. Pity case?
As you have finished your meal, had whatever you needed, as you're all prepared for the day on.
All right. Good morning to you, milady. How are you doing today?
Milady?
Milady? What? Doesn't everybody talk like that?
You're definitely gonna die. Let's go.
Oh, Before we go on.
I never said I'd be the one to kill him. Not my fault.
Xander's trying to hold it together. He's like, oh, this is gonna be a great day. He's super excited, but he's trying to be the Debbie Downer. So like, But before we journey on, one moment, and then he prays to his god, however we interpret that, Zula, god of the storms, for a safe journey and to watch over their adventure. And then I'll also cast guidance on Helga as well.
Okay.
Does that require you to touch me?
I poke you.
That's probably best.
Like, and good luck to you as well.
And she's as they're walking out, she's praying to, I think it's like Torah or something for the like Taurur for the god of the hunt. She's just gonna pray for like the strength to not do something really dumb and kill him,
okay.
But also to make sure that
right.
to make sure that their mission is successful because she doesn't want to disappoint Katori. So
Okay.
Great start.
So the Taurur, that's what the name is, Taurur.
or okay, yeah.
So you start heading your way over to your normal entrance to the actual Wandering Greens, which is going to take about half an hour. Whether it's awkward or not, we'll get back to that. To our other two, you're all preparing and starting to make your way in further to the forest. As you get up, get prepared, you start heading your way north. As you both teams head into the separate paths, both to eventually, somewhere into time, find themselves at the same mission. We will continue on our next session and end there.
Oh!
Into the
Let's
forest.
go
Team
to the woods.
pointy ears over here.
Yeah.
So that is the end of today's session. We are starting to get people grouped up together. Unfortunately, we did not have our paladin today.
That's alright. She'll be back
Or I'm
next
sorry,
time.
I'm sorry. She's a rogue fighter. I always think that she's a.
Rogue
I was
fighter.
like, she's the least paladin of
Yeah.
the paladins that I've ever
I
seen.
don't think so.
But hopefully we'll have her next time, and the next session we'll officially trying to figure out the missing children, the witch of the forest, and possibly our first combat. So.
Oh yeah.
So, 2 sessions without combat. That is kind of an interesting one for this group.
True. Very true.
Not without a dead
Oh my God.
body.
Not without,
Not
well,
without
there's
a
still,
dead body.
Still dead body, but
There
yeah.
was a dead body.
There was still dead body. There was still death. So everybody, thank you for checking out the stream.